Many men, well, they fall into that trap of good. That's right, the trap of good. Now, when someone says, I'm good, it can mean several things. It can mean several things. One of them, it can be just like putting a brave face on for the world to see. And everything can be in turmoil. It can be a shit show, but they don't want the world to know. They want to, well, they want to look strong. They want to look happy, but they're lying. But they're lying. They're lying to, well, the world and probably to themselves to a certain extent. Or the other thing is that, well, they may think it's actually good. Yeah, they may think it's actually good, and well, it isn't. They're not paying attention. They're not paying attention to the danger signs, and they've well fallen on connection with their wife, with their kids, and things are not good, and maybe even their health too. They're not. They lie to themselves about the extra weight they're carrying or other things going on in their life. And the other thing that happens also is that when men lie to themselves about being good, that's right, being good, well, it turns out bad. It turns out bad because that's often when things start to unravel. Because there's one thing I can tell you for sure. You can't maintain status quo. It's not possible. When people go like, "Oh, everything's good. I'm just going to keep it going the way it is." Well, that's not possible because you're either getting better or you're getting worse. You can't stay in the center. It's not possible. And if you are not working on getting better in your relationships, in your health, then by default, you are getting worse. And oftentimes, that getting worse happens just a little bit at a time. That's right, it happens a little bit at a time. So it's not necessarily perceptible to you, but it may be perceptible to other people in your life, like your wife, your kids, and it turns out bad. It turns out bad, and that's how a lot of times guys are surprised when they get served with divorce papers. They go like, "Where did this come from? Where did this come from?" Now, there's an interesting statistic: is that in couples over the age of 50, most of the divorces are initiated by the woman. Yeah, because she's tired, she's done. The kids are gone, they're empty nesters. They haven't prepared for being empty nesters, and consequently, they've gone into a stranger roommate situation. They don't even know who they are, and so the wife says, "I'm done," and she moves on. Quite often, she moves on, and she kind of does a rehab, uh, goes to goes to the fitness spa, gets some sculpting done, gets her teeth done, all sorts of stuff, and she's back out there in the market. You see it all the time. The guy, well, he may be doing the same thing, but when you get divorced, guess what? Half or more of your shit is gone. That's right, half or more of your shit is gone. Not a good haircut. So, if you're saying you're good, well, I'm going to suggest that you get on a short call with me by going to www.thestandard.academy/discovery call. And, well, see if it's something you want to do. Because, as I said, there is a huge danger in saying, "Oh, I'm good." Huge.